Joining us now, Iranian-born activist and attorney Alika Liban, alongside Senate Chairman for the National Iranian Congress and author of The Spirit of the Constitutional Allah, Amir Fkhrar. Thank you so much for joining us on this. Alika, I want to start with you here. What do Iranians want? What do those who have been looking and hoping for a democratic government want at this time? Is there, I'm going to say, some light potentially at the end of the theoretical tunnel?
You know, it's such a sensitive conversation because nobody is happy about war. Nobody's excited about war. We know the devastation that comes with war. But at the same time, we're dealing with a situation where Iranians inside Iran have effectively been held captive for the past 46 years by this oppressive regime. And, you know, there's been so many conversations about why can't the people of Iran just free themselves? Well, when you're in this situation where the United States government has historically allied with this regime by pouring billions and billions of dollars into their coffers as part of these diplomatic deals and nuclear deals that they've been doing, how is it that you expect them to free themselves when you keep funding the machine that's oppressing them? And so because this machine has been so heavily fortified by these alliances with the Western governments, there has been no opportunity for freedom for the Iranian people. And so now, even though freedom for Iranians isn't necessarily the goal of these strikes, what Iranians are hopeful for is an incidental freedom from this regime by having them so weakened under these strikes.
Amir, I've always thought, though, as long as that regime remains in place here, what actually changes? And eventually, don't they try and rebuild what they lost from those strikes, their nuclear program? They'll always be seeking for that, no matter what, don't you think?
Yes, honestly, I don't know where I should start with, but let's start with this press conference when Prince Reza Pahlavi just gathered some of his followers together and the family members, and he said the Iranian people asked me to lead the movement. That's not true, because as one of the Iranian opposition leaders, myself, as the Senate Chairman of National Iranian Congress, I didn't get a call from him. And as I know, none of other Iranian opposition leaders get a call from him. I know Alika is a very good friend of Prince's daughter, and maybe they are in touch with each other. But to lead the movement of 100 million Iranians, 90 million inside the country, 10 million outside the country, it should be a lot bigger than this. He should work a lot more than just jumping on the wagon and say, oh, I'm the king, and his followers started hashtag King Reza Pahlavi. It's not the way it works. And for last 2 weeks, Reza Pahlavi went on all media and said the military attack by Israel, by United States is his red line. What happened then? Right now, the Iranian people, they can see it's very helpful. And another thing, last week he asked Iranian people to come to streets and do demonstration in support of him. Not even one person came out. But when President Trump asked Iranian people to evacuate the capital city, Tehran, 8 million people leave Tehran immediately because they are listening to President Trump. They trust President Trump and they don't trust Prince Reza Pahlavi. He needs to work to have more trust from the people and from other opposition figures.
Alika, what do you make of that, and what do you think happens next?
You know, when Iranians were polled inside Iran on who their preferred leader would be, just to lead this transition to democracy, the Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi was the #1 choice. I don't think this is about installing a monarchy or installing, you know, I don't think he's ever presented himself as being a king. He's only ever presented himself as being an interim leader in the transition to democracy, which is something the Iranian people are strongly favoring. And then what happens next after that is that the whole point of democracy for Iran is that it is open to referendum, it is open to vote. And as far as I know, he's not submitting himself to be the next leader, only transitioning into that democratic apparatus that allows Iranian people to elect for themselves who their next leader would be. And I think it's really crucial that we support any type of transitional governance in this moment and that we become unified. And as far as I'm aware, I do think that he's seeking to expand and to include everyone in this process.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Alika, Amir, thank you so much for your insight. Appreciate it.
Thank you.